In a moment of parental weakness, I let my kid draw all over our windows. He drew bananas, faces, and even other food. And then, of course, he drew a poomoji, because of course he did. But I let all this happen with the knowledge that this robot would likely take care of it all. Of course, given the sheer amount of marker and other dirt on my windows, plus the fact that I let this bake in the sun over 2 weeks, I'm not sure how this is gonna go. So right now, let's get this Ecovacs Winbot on our window so we can see who wins kid versus robot. Once it's on the window like this, you press this little button and it suctions itself onto the window. You can actually hear the base station tell you that it's stuck on now and good to go. And then from there, you don't got to do anything. Winbot then figures out how far it has to travel and where its boundaries are. It has these little pads on the side that push in a little and let the robot know it's time to stop. It then moves slowly in a very simple pattern as it goes left and right across your window, spraying out as it moves in each direction. Once it's done the entire length of your window, it'll stop spraying and then it heads up and down on the edges of the window to make sure everything comes out spotless. Is it spotless? Who won this epic battle? Well, a little bit of this kind of caked on stuff did stay, but this is actually the only spot I can find. With so much stuff on this window, I gotta take off the cloth here, which you can see now has a lot of marker on it. I then have to hand wash it under some warm water, and then I can place it back on the Winbot to either dry or run the unit again. Then I just put it back on the window, press the button again, and we can see who wins the ultimate battle between boy and machine. When it's done, it returns to this low spot. The base station then calls out that it's ready to be pulled off the window. You go up and you don't need to pull hard or anything, but you just hold the button for a few seconds and then the suction power slowly turns on and the Winbot comes off the window very easily. Our little friend is done cleaning the exterior window here, and you can see just how clean it is now. This is our middle window. We're totally clean on both sides now, and right here is your comparison. So this is what we started out with right here, and all of that marker. That's a pretty big difference, isn't it? So sorry, kid. You're not the winner today. One of the things I've really enjoyed about this battle is that I'm able to be efficient while the cleaning is going on. I'm able to tidy up the windowsills, or I can just hang with my kid. And either way, it's hands-free for me other than those few moments of interaction. Now, when you're all done, you probably want to wash your microfiber cloth, put it back on your Winbot, and then you put that back in the station and use the automatic retracting cable to get it all packed back away. The station has a lot of little hidden features and little extras for you. So let me show you what I mean by that, and then I'll explain some of the things that aren't quite perfect about Winbot. I don't want you guys feeling like I'm only showing you the great things here. You get that little sound every time you have an Ecovacs product in your home. I've kind of learned to love it here. This station houses just about everything you get. So here's my user manual. That's the only thing outside of this station. And I'm going to show you everything else that is in here. Now, you can open up the unit like that, and you can see it latches, it holds. You don't have to worry about the station. The Winbot itself comes out like that. You can see there's a microfiber cloth already installed on it. But this is a big retractable cable, like it goes on for a while here. And you have a button up on top. It doesn't pull too hard. It's not gonna pull anything if you're kind of caught in things. It's actually a really smart design. On top of the base station, there's a battery charge indicator status. So if you have 5 lights there, you're fully charged, and otherwise it'll show you when it's charging. You also have this other button up here that can change the cleaning modes.
Switch to edge cleaning.
There are 3 modes:
thorough cleaning,
edge, thorough, and
switch to fast cleaning.
Fast cleaning. Now, the entire base station also houses some extras for you. So every demo that you've seen today, we've just used water in the Winbot, okay? But they did include this little bit of cleaning solution for us. So this is just gonna improve from the performance you saw today. Right now, if I try to move it, pretty hard to move. In fact, I can't, but watch this. So what happens is this handle releases everything for you. Now in the back, we actually have 3 more little things. I've stuck the extra microfiber cloth in here, as well as you have this power cord, okay? So you can charge anytime. It doesn't matter if the Winbot is running. It doesn't matter if it's not running. Charge anytime you want. And then there's this third component that just kind of locks everything down. So this is a carabiner right here, pretty strong one, and it's a safety tether for the unit. So they want you to attach this to like a railing or something like that, okay? It's a safety mechanism, and it's stuck in here pretty good. Let's talk a little bit about the main unit. The Winbot itself has some interesting things to it. Now, this is where you're gonna actually fill up like the water or that cleaning solution if you wanna use that. It's only a 60 milliliter tank. So you're filling up very little, and that's gonna give you 40 minutes of runtime. I haven't even run out yet. I've done all the windows just on a single little tank of water, so very efficient. It's got this nice little handle on the front, and out the sides is where it's spraying. So you got the one right here, and actually there's another back here. So the whole unit, once you're done with it, put it in the box, press the tether button, wait a few seconds, close it up, and you're good to go. Here are some of the minor things that I found with Winbot. My other windows in the home had been drawn on, and in fact, I thought I had made a pretty good mistake when I saw my kid draw all of this on our big main windows out the back. But it was handled at about 99%. And the only thing I can tell you that doesn't get handled is in the very bottom corners of your windows. I did see that some of the marker was left there, and there was a little bit on the side edge of the window, so it doesn't get right in the edges or the corners with bigger messes. Now, I don't mean that it will leave basic dust or dirt or a big streak along the edge. Just with stuff that's really hard to remove, this isn't necessarily going to get it all. My sense is that this is because it doesn't pulse or shake the microfiber cloth. It's dragging it along and using that suction power to pull it across, and that just leaves the really caked on mess still there. There is an app component that actually helps with how you control this. You just connect through Bluetooth to the W2 Pro Omni, and you can see how simple this is. You pick your mode of cleaning. You can switch between more modes than we've had. So we've seen thorough, fast, and the edge cleaning, but with the app, you actually have heavy duty and deep cleaning. And then you have a basic remote control. You can actually move it across your window as you see fit. And you just hit start, or you attach the Winbot to the window. If you're not getting things cleaned up the first time you run it, you just choose another mode and hit start again. I've used this a few times. Excellent. Now, one of the things that I was really impressed with was when I had a little window brake sensor on the window that's just stuck on there with a piece of sticky tape. And it's really easy easy to move and I thought it would knock it off, but Winbot uses those little side sensors. It knows when to stop or when to avoid something, and those side sensors depress in a little bit as they touch the window frame or anything on your windows, and the bot reacts. Now, the upstairs windows are going to be a different thing depending on how big your windows are, and whether you have a screen will really affect things here. Now, what I did to do most of my windows is I went inside, went upstairs, removed the screen, and then stuck this on the window on the outside facing towards me. And this let me get almost everything. And it meant I didn't have to go up on a ladder. Now, for some of you, the cable will just reach to your second floor. So think about that as you go forward. But otherwise, I've been so impressed. Just being able to get up here on my second floor and get most of my windows clean means I'm not going to be paying for a service or just living with dirty glass. And yeah, it defeated my kid this time. I'm sure he'll come back for more. And you know, it's been fun for me as a parent to just let him do something as silly as that, and then to be able to handle it without a bunch of work. Now, I've been so happy with the cleanliness of my other windows, and I think for those of you just considering it for basic maintenance, honestly, I couldn't believe how clean my front door was. I couldn't believe how clean it got those screened windows. Like, those were really dirty, and obviously got to take the screen off, but my home just feels much better as a result of cleaning those windows, and that was kind of a job I didn't want to be doing. I really like this one, guys. The links are all below in the description. You can check out a few of the different models, as this is an upgraded version of a previous release. I'll be using it in my home to keep my windows looking really nice, and you know what? I'm going to be able to take this over to my folks too. So there's a lot of benefit here for me from this little guy. Luckily for us, I've been able to test out a few other Ecovacs robots, and I was actually surprised by their robot vacuum and pleasantly surprised by their robot mower. Now, you can check out both of those videos right there. Otherwise, thanks for watching today, and of course, live smart.